Ciao. Welcome to the Evolve Talk in the Century. This is Limana Enyamtenga Raburi, and welcome. Come on in. This is Create New Normal. I hope you enjoyed the whole show. Let's get to the show. The voice notes. Tell me what's popping in your life. What's going on? What is it that's going on? Well, in South Africa, there's been a lot of things that has been happening. Wow, it's ooh. Last week, I spoke about the inauguration. I spoke about like my thoughts, like after voting, my thoughts after voting aftermath. Did I put it right? Sort of, yeah. So I spoke about how I felt after voting and the results, blah blah blah. So okay, fine, we got over it. Then we just I end up just wishing Ramaphosa well wishes. Although I wanted a new government, though I don't have a problem with him, as I said, just the party itself. But Ramaphosa just announced his cabinet. He announced his cabinet on the. I'm trying to think because this thing doesn't go on the date that it's recorded on. So he announced his cabinet on the 29th of May, and boy, that cabinet though. So it is reduced. It has been reduced. But I'm gonna tell you my opinions. I'm gonna tell you what I'm thinking. Oh wow! I just closed the stories. Girl, look at your girl just going through the most of the most. So my opinions with the new cabinet, apparently it's reduced to 20, from 36 to 28. Okay, yeah, it's been reduced, but Ramaphosa added 2 deputies. So I need to understand Uti if he's saying that he reduced the number of the cabinet, and then now he includes more deputies. I don't understand the reason for 2 deputies in a portfolio. Yeah, in a government department, I don't understand why there has to be 2 deputies. Can someone who knows more than me explain to me why is it necessary to have 2 deputies or have a deputy at all? Because a deputy, for those who don't know, let me educate you. A deputy minister is not part of the cabinet, right? According to the constitution, it's not part of the cabinet. That's why if the minister is not available, the deputy minister doesn't take over the duties of the minister, but the president would then appoint someone who will I don't know what you call them, but there'll be a person who will be standing in for the minister while the minister is overseas or somewhere else. So I do not understand why we have deputy ministers, and for that matter we have 2 this time around. So this is something that's I don't understand. But let me be on the positive side though. I like the fact that there's more women, girl power. There's more women in the cabinet. That's good. 50%, apparently 50% of the cabinet is women, and I'm like, yes, women, womandla. So that's some good part of that's something that I liked about the cabinet, the new cabinet. Besides that, there's not really surprises in terms of people. It's the people that we know. It's the people that we know. It's the people that we know. They call it retirement village. Oops, did I say that? Girl, you can't say that. Well, I didn't say that. So, and there's a surprise in the cabinet. Auntie Pat is in the cabinet. Who saw this coming? who saw this coming? Because I did not see this coming at all. I did not see this coming. I was shocked about the news that Antipat has made it to the cabinet, Auntie Patricia. So I was like, wow, this is I don't know the strategy behind Antipet, but I'm just loving Antipet. I just love Antipet, guys. But see, on social media, I just think the post, but she's the Brooke Logan of politics. She's the Brooke Logan of politics. Wow, guys, really now, okay. But yeah, I'm excited for Antipet. That was something that I didn't expect. I didn't expect our president to put Antipet in. So like I have this article when there's like more women and young people. Yes, there's like a few young people in the cabinet, of which is a good thing. I'm just not feeling the two deputies, really, honestly. Though we expected that if it's gonna be a retirement village, there's a lot of old people, but we excited that there's young people and women. So yeah, the article reads: half of President Cyril Ramaphosa's cabinet is made up of women, with a significant number of young people and a generational transition aimed at rejuvenating national government. In appointing his new national executive, Ramaphosa said he had taken a number of consideration in account. Generational mix also lived up to expectation that his cabinet will be dominated by women. As a result, he brought in young leaders like Njabulo Nduza, who is the Secretary General of the Youth League, former leaders Ronald Lamula and Zizu Kodwa. Among the women he appointed is Bavelile. Sorry about that. Shongwa, Barbara Chrissy, Butumelo Mloyi, Tumi Siweya, Rosemary Kapa, Noma Fukawe, Nomalungelo Qimba, Dikelate Magat. So I'm loving the fact that there's like more women in this whole thing. It's really fresh. It's really refreshing to see the fact that he collaborated more women in his team. So one thing that I didn't like is Ugogo was a basic education Gogo. What's her name? Angie. Guys, she's been in that department, guys, for far too long. Can't he give another person a chance? Someone like Panyaza, we all thought Panyaza would make it on the nationals, but looks like he's still in the province. But yeah, this is just the highlights of the cabinet, of which was highly anticipated by the country as a whole. We anticipated this, and we wanted to see what's popping, what's the tea, what are they bringing. But so far so good. It's hopeful, and I'm trusting him, and I hope that things will change. Though I did highlight things that I did not like about the executive, like certain things that I didn't like about the executive, but some some of them. It's a 50-50 kind of situation wherein I love some of the things and I hate some of the things. So it's love and hates relationship with the cabinet. But yeah, okay, let's go to the lights of things. This is just politics, South African politics. For those listening for those listening outside South Africa, I'm just explaining what's going on in South Africa. This is more like South Africa based, South African stories and all that. So yeah, guys, let's talk about your week. Let me talk about my week, right? Let me talk about my week. My week so far has been going like so fast. It's been going so fast, and I've been busy with a lot of things. I'm busy with registering my NPO and get the ball rolling and stuff. I'm busy with a lot of application things going on today, like legit right now. Okay, let me see. Like before shooting this, I'm coming from the police station. I was No, I wasn't arrested, child. Why are you thinking that I was arrested? No. I was just certifying my documents that I'm gonna send somewhere. So it's been hectic, left, right, and center. So I'm running through deadlines and all that. But so far so good. It's been an amazing week. Peace upon peace. I'm still preaching the word peace, guys. When you find your lane, like go look at last week's episode. If you don't want to hear the other things, just go to the end of the episode. Towards the end of the episode, I speak about find your lane, child. Chill it, find your lane. So yeah, man, it's been an amazing week. So I today want to talk about, you know, I just want to go personal a bit. I just want to go personal a bit, because something happened and something is happening in my life. God has showed me a purpose, like my purpose, and it scares me a lot because some of the things, like it scares me because I can sort of like see, like when I speak to you, when I speak to you, I'm able to see things about you as a person. I'm able to see, like, I don't know, it depends though, but I'm able to see a lot of things about you as a person and what you've been going through, and some things God shows me I really cannot do anything to change but help the person to change their mindsets. So it's been a roller coaster ride because God keeps on showing me these things, and some people don't need help. So not everyone, that's what I learned. God taught me that not everyone needs help. Just like this world like is moaning and groaning, crying and screaming for his love, for grace, for mercy. Child, this world is angry, this world is sad, this world is desperate. This is the last hour. This is the last hour, family. So it's sad, and not everyone needs God's help. People are angry that God didn't do what they wanted God to do. I, for once upon a time, was angry that God didn't do certain things in my life. Like God didn't do this the way I wanted it. I finished university and it was not the way I've envisioned, and ending up opening my MPO, it's not how I planned it. I did not sit down and I was like, I'm gonna open an MPO after finishing studying. I was saying, girl, I'm going to work, girl, I'm going to buy a car by this time. Your girl wanted a car already or something, you know. But it didn't happen that way. There was a lot of things that I wanted for myself, you know, like there are a lot of things that I dreamt of. I wouldn't be, I wouldn't be somewhere, but because God didn't want me to be where I wanted to be, I had to be here, and I've never been so happy, and grateful, grateful, and I've been. That's what I'm saying. Finding your lane is important. When you find where God wants to, when you find your purpose, and you need to understand that purpose is not a pain-free zone. So yeah. What was I saying? I'm lost because I'm talking about a lot of things. But I was just talking about my week, guys, and then it escalated to a snack. Well, so yeah, my week, as I said, it's been hectic because of that, and hoping for God to do more. Yeah, okay, I'm lost. I was thinking about purpose, and then like God showed me. Oh, sorry, child, just bear with me. Like God showing me things, and I'm able to bear with some of the things because I can't help everyone that God shows me to help. Not everyone needs help. Just like everyone is desperate. Listen, most people are desperate. Not everyone is desperate for God. Some of us are just yeah, we're desperate for God, but some of us don't want help. Like you don't need to be helped. You don't want to change. You just want to remain the same, because when you go through certain things, you don't remain the same. I was preaching on Friday about this. When you go through certain things, you don't remain the same shape. when you survived, that's what I said. When you survived, you don't remain the same shape. How you survived, so you can't go back to where you were then. You really cannot go back to that place where you were because you can't fit back. But you need to create a new normal. You need to create a new normal. So for most of us, it's hard creating a new normal. I had to create a new normal by accepting the call and say, Lord, I should do this, and I accepted the call and I did what needed to be done. This is a new normal for me. It was not normal last year this time, because I'm saying I didn't plan it. I didn't plan to have a podcast vlog, though I did want to, but yeah. So let's go to Eve moment. Eve moment, for those who are watching for the first time, Eve moment is a moment wherein we try to understand people in pop culture, celebrities, organizations. We try to understand like why people did what they did, and they knew better, but they didn't do better. You know better, but you don't do better. So what now? What now? What now? Okay, let me look at my stories. Today on Eve Moment, we have Lerato. I don't know how to say Ngadi. So Lerato Ngadi is she claims. Lerato Ngadi claims that she was married to the late WHP. So now WHP is going to receive an award. I'm going to talk about Summers, guys. Just watch out. So WHP is going to receive a lifetime. What is it, a lifetime? Let me just check that article. It's going to receive an award. Let me say an award because I'm not sure which award it's going to receive. So this lady, Lerato Ngadi, is claiming she was married to WHP. We don't know whether they were married or not. So she wrote a whole statement on how she is supposed to be the one who. She wrote a whole. Language. She wrote a letter, a public release, on how she is rightfully the one. She's the rightful one to walk their son, because she has a son. Is that a son? But she has a child with WHP. So she sees herself rightful. What? She thinks she is the rightful person to receive the award with their son. I'm trying to look at the articles, child. And I'm not getting the articles. So yeah, there were like people on social media. They were like, girl, it looks like you are looking for attention, because like some people think she's reaching. They think she's reaching. She could have just gave the child to, and I think it makes sense. Like someone posted that she's reaching. Why can't she allow his parents, LWH's parents with the son, go? Why does she have to go? Because was she really married? Like, because they were not together when WHP died. So why is she using this whole WHP thing as something to gain him? Well, death is someone's benefit. Someone's death is someone's benefit. That's what they say in my language. Rufu belulanga. So I think she wants to benefit more. Sorry guys for looking up. I'm just trying to check them articles, but I can't find it. But I was just, because I read the article. So she apparently she wants attention by wanting to go with the son. Rather, she could have just let the parents or close WHP family to go there and receive the award. She wrote a whole A whole. Ooh, she wrote a whole. Wow, guys, I cannot find this thing. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. I found the article. So it says on the 21st of March 2019. She says, I, as Jabba's customary wife, applied and submitted all the relevant paperwork to SA Music Awards and RISA for the opportunity that Jabba may be considered for the Lifetime Achievement Award. On May 10, I was informed by email that Jabba would be honored with this prestigious award. I'm in possession of the email sent to me, as well as the official acceptance letter, she said in part of the statement. So Lerato also claims to have emailed WHP's mom, Teriso, and requested that the rapper Sunday Anu join her in accepting the award. She went on to slam Siabelo for trying to dampen this celebration occasion. This award is to further cement Jabba's icon status within the music and entertainment industry. There's a whole lot of there's like a long statement that she released, this lady. I don't quite understand her story. I don't like I think I agree with most of the people that she is looking for attention. Cause girl, I don't think if then she did that, that's good that she applied for this, and then kudos to that. But the apparently somewhere, because I don't have the full article, but there's somewhere she's like she wants to be the one who receives the award. I'm not sure if I'm getting it wrong because I didn't get the full article, but when I saw on Twitter like the tweets, it looks like she wanted to go on like there. So maybe like let me just see there, like let's try to understand this, because there's another way, because I'm not quite sure. But if you're sure, please send me voice notes. Send me those voice notes and tell me what you think about this whole Lerato Ngadi situations. You think she wants to be famous? You think she's want to benefit by WHP, because they were no longer together. That's what the report says when WHP died. So I don't understand why she is on WHP's business, though they were not together. Though she's claiming she was married to WHP, so she's a customary wife. Customary wife just means that you are married. Lobola, yeah. Let me just put it that way. They pay bride price to your family. So that's what she's claiming. Ooh, girl. So I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding. But because I didn't read the full article, I will just give it to her that yes, girl, we love the fact that she went there and applied that WHP must be recognized and all that, and yes, WHP is going to be recognized. That's good. But Ukuti, where you must go, I don't understand, because you were not with WHP. Your son can go because that's WHP's son, but he can go with WHP's mom, not you, I think. So I don't understand why she wants to go if that's what she said in the statement, because it's a long statement, and she was controversial during the funeral that the family, they're not treating her well, but the family was like, but we don't know you, Tina, we didn't pay lobolas to your family, so we as a quasi, I don't remember quite well, but that's what happened during the funeral time, which was like on the stream, like about the treating her awful, and everyone was just feeling sorry for her. But girl, we don't know. We don't know what popped there at the house. So we don't know the full story about what's popping, like what actually happened. But news says, or rumor has it, that she was not married to him. But anyways, I think, I'm just thinking, like, that's my opinion. I think if she applied for this thing, it's good. The son should go accept, yes, but not her. Not that maybe they will fight, but just like they're not related. Well, okay, not really related if they were not married. Cause yeah, man, I don't understand. I don't understand. Can someone just help me out with this issue? Cause I'm not really understanding why Mugial wants to go and receive the awards. She wants credit, Liana. What's popping? What's the tea? So I was looking at the articles before shooting this episode. Guys, they aren't positive out. Like it's hard to find positive articles out there. It's always bad news upon bad news. It's really sad, guys. What is our world? What has our world come to? What is going on in this good world of ours? It's sad. It's sad. It's really sad. Like I was trying to check who can I do merry moment. Girl, I was not finding anything good. Like there's just bad news upon bad news, like bad things. Girl, I was like, wow, this world. And so we will. Some people I'm getting lazy again to watch soapies, guys, but I will watch today. But some people are still the same, not really like changed from what I shared last week. Not really changed. Oof. Let's put Uzalo on Eve. I don't know. I guess I don't know facts of this. It's just my assumptions, like it's based on what I've viewed. So don't come at me and say that where am I getting this facts? Where like it's not facts. It's just like my assumptions and what I see, like my what do you call it? My expectation. Don't laugh at my English, child. You know, some like it depletes sometimes. This English thing depletes. We are African, so girl, don't you dare laugh at my English. So just by like being a spectator, okay, I don't know the right word. You know, like looking from the outside, this whole thing, it looks like Uzalo is not in order, guys. Uzalo is a South soapy, which is like the number one watched soapy, which it's co-owned by, I don't know, it's co-owned, co-producer, co-executive producer by Duduzile Zuma and the others. Because you know, Duduzile Zuma is Zuma's former president's daughter. So it was very controversial. And when it started, it was fire, guys. And I feel that, let me just give my honest opinion, Uzalo should have stayed as a telenovela, because when it started, it was a telenovela. It was supposed to, a telenovela like has an end. But because people loved it so much, and Baba knows it's a money opportunity now on the production and SABC, then they like extended the whole production, of which is doing well, though the content is not really good. Ciao. Sorry about that. Today I'm being disturbed, guys. Oh my gosh. Like people just knocking, coming. Sorry, this is my earphones. I'm doing the podcast. Guys, I'm sorry. Let me just I was talking about this other guys. As this time someone came in and I was the whole thing. So sorry about that. So my podcast last week, guys, I noticed the sound issue. So I'm trying out another another method to record the podcast, because I do the video and the podcast. The video comes out later than the podcast because the video has like it's a bigger file. So with the podcast, I noticed the sound was horrible because I don't have a mic that I'm using for my podcast. So those like my listeners, please understand, girl does not have a mic, and that does not stop me from starting a podcast or doing my podcast, because I want to do this. It's not that I don't have a mic because of choice. I don't have a mic because I can afford the mic at this point in time. But in due time, I will get a mic so that it will enhance the quality of sound that you receive, because it was a bit annoying, though I did fix it, so it's better but not the best quality, so it's better. So if you listen again, then you hear it's sort of better, but it's not the best quality. Even this one might not be the best quality, but child, we're trying. Just listen, just support. sizophumelela, we'll improve. So yeah, guys, I was talking about Uzalo before I got disturbed. Someone was walking, someone was here. So I had to pass the whole episode. So I was talking about, like, I put Uzalo actually on Eve Moment. Ukuthi it's number one was Soapy, and by do I have to repeat that? So yeah, Uzalo. What I noticed from Uzalo is that they took out actors for season 5. It's on season 5 now. They took out actors for they took out their main actors. Babukaya Dladla, who used to play GC, Abone Maps. They took out these guys. So hearsay say, hearsay. It's not like legit thing. So it's just hearsays. Ukuthi Uzalo is running away. Guys, please don't get me arrested. Uzalo is trying to cap their cost by removing this, actors that are expensive, for their production. These are hearsays, though not from reliable from reliable publications, but they took those ones to include what do you call that one? They took out expensive labor for cheap labor. Let me just put it that way. That's bad, but yeah, that's the reality, and it's sort of believable, though it's not fact. Let me just give a disclaimer. It's not fact, but it's believable, because when I look at the characters there, it looks like it's a reputation of those characters that were removed. I look at Sibonelo character. It looks like the character name Mep used to play, which was Mkolis. It's exactly it looks like it's the same script, it's the same script. That's how it looks like. So I was like, what's popping? Yeah, that was my observation. I wanted this word observation. That was just my observation when I'm watching it looks like they are changing people's things, and I hope they are paying these people their coins, because they are good actors and they deserve their coins. So Uzalo has not been doing its part. They've been complaining. There have been complaints. We've been saying on publications, complaints by actors. Even this guy who used to play Mastermind, when he left, he was it was no longer healthy, a working healthy working environment. It was more of a place where people just want to get their coins and leave. So it was more like getting coins, and that was disappointing. But anyways, guys, I don't think they care much, because they're getting the coins. They have 9 million viewers, so they don't really care about whether Tina will like the storylines or whatever. As long as y'all are watching, Uzalo is getting the moolah, the changuras, and everything. So I'm taking it to a moment. Let's understanding this in a fuller context, right? Understanding this in a fuller context is okay. I'm being disturbed. There's people outside and they're disturbing me right now. I need something to cover everything, so that I don't get disturbed. So what was I saying, guys? I'm so lost right now. So as I'm okay, but let's look at this, right? Productions don't really care. As long as you are watching, you are making money with them. They don't really care whether you like. These days, I don't think they care about whether you like it or not. Let's put another example. Now they've got a viewer base, people that love it and watch it, even regardless of whether it's nice or it's not nice. So they don't really care or give their best with their actors or with their storylines. Maybe it's just me, but some people love it. But for me. But I'm saying again, we look at the productions now. They don't really care. As long as we're making money as a production, then be good to go. We're good to go. That's just enough for us, that we're making money and changuras. One last person on the. Should I put this on Eve? Let me just reserve it on Eve moment. Yeah, Eve moment. Eve moment. Uzahara, guys. Uzahara. So Zahara has been going through the most. So now, in the statement issued to Cheese, I don't know if She's Alive is reliable. Is She's Alive reliable, child? I'm just asking. DJ Sbo's claimed that Zahara, whose real name is Bulela Mutukane, who had been paid all the money. So okay, I'm starting the story, and you know, so the whole story. Let me just explain the whole story. So Uzahara is accusing DJ Sbo, who's the owner of TS Records, it's like owner of TS Records, that is just not being paid her royalty money, blah 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 blah. So DJ Sbo is clarifying that he's like, Zahara has been paid, and they supported her through her alleged alcohol addiction, which saw her hospital 5 months. She was hospitalized. So this alcohol addiction thing is probably true. This accusation comes as a surprise as Bulelwa has always been like a sister who picks up a phone call when she has a problem. Says so was shook by this whole accusations, and we have always been there for her during her trying times when no one believed in her talent. We did, and we invested millions of rands into her career. When media was attacking her during her addiction, we were the ones who took her to rehab, including this past Christmas. Wow. So Zahara, guys, I didn't really get the full gist of the story, like exactly where Zahara might be coming from. So maybe Zahara is right. If Zahara is right, because this happens, we don't know what happens behind the closed doors. Maybe Zahara is right to the fact that they were not giving her, they're not giving her royalties, you know. So if she's right, then I think that's wrong from TS Records. They should provide those records. And if it's wrong, and Zahara is making this false accusation, Zahara girl, really, for the people that are claiming that they've been there for you, it's really it's disappointing, to say the least, to hear something like that about you. So I don't know. Let me just reserve this for you guys' opinions. What do you think about this whole Zahara situations? Because we have had cases of, you know, artists not getting royalties, and it's a reality in South Africa. It's a reality in our in the world, that artists get, you know, robbed their money by, you know, record companies, and they don't get what's due to them. It's really happening out there. So we don't take it lightly that Zahara said this. So we kind of like putting it in it, because we don't know actually what happened, but we're kind of looking at it this way, that okay, if Zahara is right, then TS Record is wrong, and if she's not right, and then she's wrong. So we take it very seriously, that when artists are not being recognized for their hard work. Imagine, guys, being, you know, it happens. There's people take people's hard work. I'm not saying TS Records, but I'm saying there's been cases reported about artists not getting their royalties due to them. You know, there's been cases. There's been a lot of cases, and it's not nice. It's not nice at all. It's not nice at all. But anyways, I think I'm done with the Eve moment. We like, we didn't come to a conclusion. I didn't come to a conclusion on where we stand, because we're not sure. But I just look at that, like, these issues in like both ways. What could be, what could not be. And yeah, man, I think that's what my opinions, which are not like biased. I think are they biased, child? I don't think they're biased. And like, you know, trying to get the jinx. What's actually popping? What's really going on in this century? I struggled to actually get, you know, I think I have like a lot of Eve moments, like a lot of like stories. I struggled to get Um, Mary
And
Lynn.
this
Another
is the
event
Mary or Joseph
I'm going to
moment.
give it to a guy called Tebang Mahlatsi. Tebang Mahlatsi is an activist, a mental health activist. He's been doing very good in his advocacy for mental health, because we understand that mental health is crucial and very much important, that we should take care of our mental health. Guys, mental health is important. So we want to say kudos to Tebang Mahlatsi, who's a student at the University of Free State, who started an organization called Next Chapter. And we just want to say keep on going, because we see you and we are proud, and we are looking up to you, and say keep on doing what you're doing, because what you're doing is not going unnoticed. There are people getting help from what you are doing. So yeah, it's a bang. Keep on doing what you do. It's a snack moment in the century. Today I want to talk about something so much important that we don't really acknowledge or take in account in our life, and it's actually happening. Sometimes, when we survive, we go through a lot of things, and then when we survive, we think that we're going to go back where we were. We want to go back to where we were, but we don't understand the fact that when you survive something, you're not the same shape that you were when, like, after surviving. So we need to acknowledge and be listen to the fact that you have survived, and when you have survived, it's time to begin again. It's time to start over, and there are responsibilities that comes with surviving. There are responsibilities that comes with with starting over a new journey. So you need to find a gap. You need to find a gap where there was emptiness in your life. You need to start. You need to do things that were not there. So for me, for an example that I can give with myself, I started a gap from my pain. My pain, what I went through, has built who I am. So sometimes we go through pain and stuff and thinking that our pain is a punishment from God. But your pain is actually building something that you don't know about. Your pain is actually building you to a better person. So I thought, oh God, I'm going through depression, I'm going through this, I'm going through financial problems, I'm going through whatever. Where are you, God? Because I don't see you at this point in time. But at that time, God was saying that I'm using your pain so that something can be built inside of you. The fact that whatever that I went through, like, for example, what you're watching right now, the Evolve Talk, was born because of the pain that I had to go through. I had to go through pain so that I can see a gap, that yes, there's someone who needs to be encouraged. Yes, there's someone who needs to gain their confidence back. And I'm that gap. I need to gain my confidence back too. I can use vlogging, I can use podcasting to gain my confidence back. So this is your pain is not just there to kill you, but your pain is there to build something inside of you. So we need to start creating a new normal. We need to create a new normal in our lives. We have what we think it's normal, but now you need to start looking at other things and say, okay, I've overcame this, I've survived this. But the fact that I've survived depression does not mean that I should dwell in my depression, and because that's what people relate with me. They relate with me because I've survived depression. And I like the fact that people are like, oh, we like that you, I was preaching this on Friday, actually, the last Friday, on Exodus Youth, that we like the fact that you have survived all these things. You like the way people treat you because you survived certain things. But I am telling you that today you need to create new normal. For me, new normal was that I need to push away certain energies that I don't feel like. At this point, before I just recorded, there was like an energy that was trying to get me down. But girl, you girl was like, I know what to deal with and what not to deal with, and this is not what I'm going to deal with, not now, and I'm not going to deal with this. So there are certain messages that I'm going to ignore. There are certain things that you need to push away. You need to push away certain things in your life because you are creating a new normal. What was normal with you? Because your normal was that you react to certain things because they're happening at that time. I want to tell you that you don't need to react to anything. You must create a new normal. A new normal means that I'm not gonna react to those things that you are trying to push to me, or things that you're trying to say to me that will push me down or will make me go to the person that I don't want to be. because we've moved to a certain place. We don't want to go back to where we were, where we don't like ourselves. That old me that was in that if I do not, I wrote something interesting. Let me just check my statistics. I wrote something interesting. Sarah Jakes was preaching on Friday, was preaching at Exvade LA. She spoke, yes, okay, that's the message. I think it's still here, I don't know, but she was speaking that afraid of the dark. You need to be afraid of the dark, or you need to be afraid of that dark things that are happening in your life, that dark spots in your life, because when you're not taking cognizant the fact that there's darkness, then the darkness will grow and grow to a point where depression is going to come to, how many pills do I need to kill myself? That's true for me. That's how it was happening, because I kept on feeding the darkness. I was not afraid of the dark. I kept on feeding the darkness. I kept on feeding what was not feeding me. And when I kept on feeding what was not feeding me, then it fed and it led me to thinking, how many pills will it take for me to kill myself? And I took pills. Didn't kill me though. I went to hospital. But all I'm saying is that you need to start creating a new normal. Start living in a new realm of possibilities, because this life is full of possibilities. We need to stop dwelling in things that don't build us. You need to start cutting off people, cutting off things that doesn't build you. Create a new normal, child of God. Yes, that's the word for someone. I feel that for someone. I feel that this has spoken to your life, and I feel that you can actually, use this word in your life, because what's the point of living in the previous realm where you can live in a new realm? Yes, starting over has a bad connotations of when I'm starting over. What about everything that I did in the past? What about everything that I worked hard for? How about those things? But God is saying that you are starting over. You are beginning again. And there are responsibilities that comes with starting over and beginning again. Create a new normal. I hope you enjoyed today's show. Thank you very much for watching, and keep on watching. Next week I'm doing a Q&A, so I'll post the poster, and I want you guys to send me inboxes on what you want me to talk about, like on questions that you always had, I want you to send me inboxes on questions that you always had you wanted to ask me but you couldn't ask me. So just send me those inboxes so that I can answer each and every of your questions. I want to engage with you guys. I want to engage with y'all. So thank you for watching the Evolve Talk. Make sure you send through your questions and catch us on podcast. We have exclusive episodes just for you.